Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Season 3, Round 2 with Jimmy Codger. First of all, can I have a mic check, please? Just make sure I'm not talking to myself. So what we're watching here is a replay from last week, the feature race, action-packed, as we come to expect from the touring cars. Mike is good, thank you, Danny. And the guy we've got on the screen here, Johnny Rotax. What a race this guy had. He's been in Season 2 from the SIR community, who I can't thank enough for guesting and coming into this championship. They've fielded at least 6 or 7 drivers last season, 6 this season. Met every round, they've completed every single race, and this guy, Johnny Rotax, managed to finish second place against a really quick field. So he won Driver of the Day last week, so I'll be running Driver of the Day again this week. So I'm going to try and put a poll up in the YouTube chat. Bear with it, it's the Codger, it might not work. I'll try and do it, but I'd like some votes. Failing that, if you want to vote in the chat, I will count the votes. So it's for the sprint and the feature. Doesn't necessarily have to be for the win. It can be they started in 10th and finished in 4th or whatever, and had some good strategies. Maybe have to do more pit stops than everybody else. But that's basically what it's for. We've already got support. Let me just quickly come out look at the chat now. Oh, it's filling up. We've got Danny, we go again. AST Racing's in the house. We've got Kian, evening boys, good luck tonight. We've got Butler, Leslie for pole, he says. He means business, does Carl. Danny, good luck everybody taking part. And we've got some support for Kian here. Kian, you got this. That's Julvo. And we've got Ashley Lewis also here for Kian. So we've got plenty of supporters. Beastman's in the house. Right, so let's come out of this and we will get the first lobby up. And we're at Redbull this week, which is a familiar track to everybody. I hope this... We're going to have to wait for the circle, I think. Yeah. We're at Redbull this week, and everybody's aware. They've been instructed to bring their umbrellas with them. Not so much for the sprint, but for the feature. And I have a little bit of a surprise. I have been graced with the presence of our favourite commentator. Not always mine sometimes, but yeah, banter round 2 in the comms box. I'd like you to all welcome Adam Bath. Are you there, mate?
I am here, Jimmy. Evening.
Good evening.
Ding, ding, round 2. Here we go.
Oh dear, yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment, but I couldn't do it without...
Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it to yourself?
I couldn't do it without you, to be honest, mate. You've been an absolute legend all the way through the series. Season 2. They obviously like our banter, and should we piss taking from your side?
Well, I mean, I'm saying what everybody wants to say to you, and haven't got the bottle to do it, so I'm able to do it live. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're only doing it because you're a couple of 100 miles away. I just want to get a couple of shouts out just quickly. If you want to view this from Danny C's perspective, he's also streaming this live. His channel is It's Danny C on YouTube, so if you want to head over there, show him some love, drop him a like and a subscribe. He's streaming it from his perspective, so you can get a good view of that. Also, just want to quickly shout out One Click and Design. Now, this is the guy that's helped me I'm pretty good on the studio side. I used to do design, but I hadn't done it for years, and he's helped me with the posters, give me some templates, and advised me how they should look. So that's who's responsible. I mean, I've done the posters myself, but with his input, and posters that he's supplied me, templates. So yeah, just go if you're doing any sort of league, and you need some posters doing, go and check out One Click and Design on Instagram, and I'll do the other shout outs where we in the race. So load settings, round 2 sprint. Okay, so here we go. So it's the same format, everybody. There is no weather other than aesthetic that I've set. It's a grid start with false start check. BOP is off as usual. We've got the slipstream on weak. Visible damage is on. Mechanical damage is on light. That means it will disappear after 20 seconds. There's no tyre wear or fuel usage in the sprint. It's just a straight out sprint. 10 minutes qualifying, 10 minutes practice, and it's a basically all-out battle for the sprint. And what this does, it sets the grid for the feature, but in reverse format. So basically, whoever wins the feature will be starting at the wins the sprint will be starting at the back of the grid on a feature race. So without any more jabbering, I'm going to open the room. So everybody ready? Let me just check I've got the right track, Adam.
It would help, wouldn't it? There you go, that's a short one. You're fine.
Short. Yeah, it wasn't the Redbull, it was just the short. Right, so in 3, 2, 1, let's get this lobby open.
Well,
You're looking forward to this? I was just going to say, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Well, you know, we're on the same wavelength, aren't we?
Yeah.
Or on the same bandwidth as we're online. But yeah, I am looking forward to this because this circuit, it's an easy circuit to do in terms of work out your racing line, your braking points. It's not complex, it's not difficult, but the tricky part about it is keeping within those track limits.
That's right.
And really maximising how much of a run you can get out of the corner, not getting any penalties. That's the real difficulty, and that's going to be interesting to see how these guys actually deal with it over the course of the race.
I've remembered this time, Adam, to set it to online IDs, because I was confused last week because we had about 4 different names. So captain, look at this, full.
Everybody's in, brilliant.
I think everybody's in.
Looks like it. We've got 15 out of 6. Okay, so there's one more that we're possibly waiting for.
Yeah, one more possibly. Who is that? It could be. I think it's one of the SI guys because he had a bit of a late family emergency, so it's standing in for the Vauxhall of Ivan Muller. So it's Hammy. Hammy can't make it. So let me just see who it is. I was on this earlier. Season 3. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. It is Executioner that we saw last week that was in the lobby. So let's get some cars on the screen and let's get to grips with these and let's get some information on the screen. And remind me, Adam, there's going to be a little bit of a change. I'm going to keep the HUD on the screen for the feature.
Yeah, please do, because it gave us a headache last time trying to work out what tyres people were on and what fuel they were on and
Jimbo.
What was going on. So
Jimbo, right? Okay, so Jimbo was the first reserve. We weren't sure whether he'd seen the message. So it looks like Jimbo's going to be standing in for Hammy, which is great, from the SIR community racing. And that takes me nicely into the other shout-outs. So the guy we're watching on screen, if you're wondering what CCSR stands for, that's CC Sim Racing, Craig Cook Sim Racing, over on YouTube. This is Butler, one of your friends, one of your rivals, Adam, in the minis.
I mean, he's a top bloke. He's a good mate, but he is a bitter rival, and especially when it comes to a mini. I think my specialist subject is the rear end of Butler's car, because that's the only time that I really see him. But yeah, he can turn his hand to anything, can this guy? And he's going to be one to watch for sure. He's standing in obviously for Legion, who unfortunately can't make this race, but representing CC Sim there.
Special thanks to Butters, as he's more commonly known. Thanks for standing in at the last minute.
He's a slippery character. That's why.
Look at that, we even come out with the same puns.
Yeah.
And Orbulator is the next guy I want to shout out. He's now replaced. He's got a full-time seat due to unfortunate incidents where personal life, everybody's got one, and I was left in the lurch a little bit, but it's all good. So Orbulator now will be representing Team Volvo for the rest of the season. And now this is confusing me now. So Ruben is Astral, I believe. So this is the first time we've seen this out, because the Renaults weren't out last week.
We had one of the other ones.
Oh, we had the green
Plato one.
Yeah, we had the Plato.
Came out briefly, but it's good to see this car out on track, because we didn't really see it much last season either, did we? I think Matty had it. Did Matty have it for a couple? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, Meccano,
sorry. Yeah. So we have seen it out on track, but it's good to see it in the BMW livery, and it's just another one of those classic liveries, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's going back to the 90s. As we see Danny C coming into the picture. We'll get to Danny in a minute. We'll just focus on... let's just go back... Hang on. Right, so we've got Kian. We keep going into the pits. So we've got Kian here in out in Tim Harvey's Peugeot 406. From back in the day.
He's one to watch, is Kian, because he got pole position out at Brands Hatch for round one, and
that's right.
A bit of a surprise, to be fair. We weren't expecting that, but he's obviously a class driver. He's always been
quick with CCR. He's always
a little bit on the unlucky side, wasn't he? He got involved in a couple of incidents and a couple of spins and dropped him down the field a little bit.
But he got involved in one which gave him dirty tyres. Then he got caught up somewhere else, but he's not one to. He'll take that on the chin. He'll come back fighting. Will Keane. He's a good lad. So this is Sir Lewis, one of the main guys, the head guys over at SAR Racing Community, out in Team Toyota, representing running Will Hoy's Toyota Carina from back in the day. And Lewis is another one to watch. He was really hassling Danny last time out at Brands Hatch. He's definitely got some pace. He does a lot of karting, Adam. So he's not afraid to throw it around.
It's going to be useful for this car, because it's quite light if you get the power down.
That's right. Yeah.
Car control's really going to be tested.
So let's go back. Let's, if you use me keyboard, and let's go to. I tell you what. We'll go to Drewbit, who unfortunately missed last week due to work, but he's a very he's back out again. We'll let him come back. A very good friend of mine, all the way back to GT Sport, in the full tuning days, full power days. Good friend of TJ's. That's TJC Gaming. So if you like a little bit of ACC, head over to TJC Gaming, and he'll be happy to oblige. But this guy you're looking at here, Drew, quick driver is Drew. He'll try his hand at anything. Group 1s, he was in a recent CCR versus TJC, an event that he organised. So very quick guy. So go well out there tonight, Drew, and then we'll go and have another look. Let's have a look at what they're doing. This on purpose, aren't they, Adam?
Yeah, every time. They're listening to the stream and losing
They
concentration.
don't know what number. That's worrying me. They don't know what number I'm going to press. He's done it again. He's done it again. Right, so let's just do this.
Can you choose somebody who isn't in the pits? There we are.
Yes, so we'll go and have a look at Ben Smith, aka CCR Beastman, who is a very, very capable driver. One of the quickest guys in CCR. He's recently switched. He'll probably hate me for saying this. He was on auto gears for a good long time, and he's changed to manual gears now. And he's going. He's liking it. He's enjoying it, and he's keeping up with the fast guys. As we see another go well tonight, Ben. As we see, he's been hounded by.
Just to make life easy.
Yeah, another one of your good friends, Adam. From
Matty,
Matty,
we know he's quick, and he's 100%. Another one who can turn his hand to absolutely anything, and you know he's going to be somebody to watch. And we obviously watched him in awe in the sprint race at Brands Hatch when he threw it absolutely sideways through paddock and held on to it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where Matty can do in this one.
You put him in a Group 3, Group 4, a road going Scirocco. He just seems to get to grips with it relatively quick. So
he's one of those drivers who puts all of the effort into testing and practicing and making sure that he knows what he's doing in the car, setting it up. He's one for setting up cars. He loves it, and it shows every time he's out on track. He's always up the front.
And the guy you're seeing on screen now is the last minute stand-in. So thank you very much, Jimbo Jr., who's standing in for Sir Hammy. I'm just watching the time now. We've got 10 minutes practice, so it's coming up on 10 minutes. Standing in for Sir Hammy in Yvonne Muller's 99 Vauxhall Vectra.
Your favourite livery?
It is. That is my favourite livery. It's hard to pick. You know, it is hard to pick one, Adam.
No, it isn't. I can just tell you that your favourite livery isn't correct, but
but yours is the Peugeot, so.
No, it isn't. How very dare you? Wash your mouth out. How can we mute this microphone?
Captain, that was for you. And this is another new livery. So this is M Beeks and Mr. Alloy on the screen, out in the Valvoline Mondeo, run by Paul Radicic. So they've had 10 minutes now, so I'm going to quickly come out of this. So they've had a good practice with the cars, so I'm going to put the message out.
Hang on a minute, Jimmy. Are you actually going to be typing something again?
Yes, so what are we on now? Chapter 5?
Oh, hang on. I've got something for you.
Oh, have you?
Go. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. That's it. I got that done.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It had to be done. I've been waiting for that since last season. I forgot to do it last time.
I can't. I'm not often lost for words, mate, but when you said I've got something for you, I was expecting the typewriter sound, but...
Oh, well, no, I've done one better than that.
You've excelled yourself this time, Adam. You won't get a copyright now.
Yeah, that's the thing. We'll be taken off the air now, won't we?
We're impersonating Miss Marple on GT7. That'll be a first, won't it? I'll be quite proud to. I'll be proud to get that copyright.
Nobody has ever said that sentence before in a car race.
Hilarious. Right, so I'm gonna get this in before.
I won't play it again. Don't worry.
Oh, you won't, will you? Right. Okay.
No, I'll wait until the feature race. I'll put you off. You put too many T's in your tyres.
Have I? Oh, yeah.
You got a stutter.
Thank you. Right. So, in 3... Guys, give us a countdown, Adam. Give us the intro for the quali.
Here we go then for quali, the second qualifying session of the season here at Red Bull Ring on the short. Let's give it a go then. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go.
Thunderbirds are go.
So who's your money on for this qualifying then? Because we had Kian on pole at Brands Hatch. Is it going to be Kian again? Is it going to be somebody different?
It's the penalties, Adam. That can really, you get a penalty, you're going to have to. It's going to really mess your lap up. So
it really does.
It's only on T2. Well, is it T2 or T3, whatever you want to call it? It's if you run wide over the sausage. But they all know, they've raced this track long enough. They're all very experienced on it. So they know where the penalties are.
There's quite on this short layout. I can think there's probably 3 places where we're going to see it. It's going to be on the exit of turn 1, and then the penultimate corner and the final corner. That's where you're going to see them if they're going to get them. Everywhere else is fairly straightforward. So.
Just going to get back in the chat while they're all out on their out lap here. So appreciate the shout out, says Danny. No worries, buddy. So yeah, if you want to watch Danny's perspective, he's over at It's Danny C on YouTube. So let's just get back into the chat here. We've got Come On Danny from Marty. So Danny's got his fan club in here. Oh, we've got One Click and Design in the lobby. Well, not in the lobby, but in the chat. Nice to see you, matey. Nice to see you, Dan. And there we've got Danny's at Butters. Let's get down to business. That's Danny's catchphrase. Well, how does it finish, Adam? Let's do the talking on the track.
Yeah, and they will do as well. I can see these guys going absolutely at it.
Marty, this is Jimmy and Adams. Give it a bit of a wave there. Thank you very much, Marty. So we've got plenty of support for Kian. So Ashley Lewis, Kian running by number 12. Johnny on pole
for Martin Nelms, which is Legion. So Legion's watching, even though he can't race. So Legion, you've got to support Butters surely, because he's running your car.
Is that? It is, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. Yeah, he's standing in for Legion. So he's supporting the wrong person.
Most common place to get a penalty is the last 2 corners. It is, yeah, where you run wide coming through. So we've got some times coming in. Let's get the information on the screen. So at the 51.2 from Matty Cake. So let's just get the driver names off. Okay. So Matty has set the benchmark at the moment. They're all improving. So Danny C is 700ths off Matty at the moment. So
this is going to be so close around this short circuit, because it
minutes,
is obviously a short circuit.
They're
going to get a lot of laps in.
Yeah, 100. I was just going to say they're going to get a fair crack at the whip. As we see, let's go and have a look on board with. Let's go and have a look with. Let's go and have running your teammate's car, Adam. David Leslie's Primera. So let's just see what Butler can do. Let's go on board with Butler. As we see, this is a tricky. The braking point into this section is very tough to get right.
Well, it's a tricky corner because it drops away from you as well, and obviously these cars can understeer if you push it in a little bit too much. Even though it's a rear-wheel drive car, you can get the understeer if you push it in too much on the brakes. So there's time to be gained through there. It's just a case of how much of a liberty you want to take with these track limits, because
you naturally want to lay apex the corner. I'll show you this now as we go on board with the lap. You want to sort of lay apex it, but by doing that is going to leave, especially in the race, it may be better in the quali, but you can't do it in a race.
He's moved over to the left-hand side there to open up the entry and run.
This.
But it's that curb. You unsettled the car,
loses
the
tricky
run out of the corner.
Coming up now. So if you go narrow,
go in, it just drops away slightly.
Yeah.
And it just sails you out wide if you're not careful. But he has gone purple.
He's gone purple. He's 700ths up at the moment. So, Matty's done a 50.9. Wow. But can Butler knock Matty off the top spot? He's just got to keep it clean here. The last corner gets this right. He's good.
He has got a good run out of that corner. Let's just see whether he can carry that speed all the way to the finish line.
He's not done it.
Oh, he hasn't, but he has improved on his time, but he's lost out through those last 2 turns there. So yeah, just being a little bit wary of the track limits, I think, just to make sure he doesn't get any penalties. But Ben's just improved his time as well. He's in 5th at the moment, but
That's
he's
right.
still only 6/10 off the lead.
It's nothing, is it? The whole grid at the moment.
Really.
I mean, at the moment, let's go down. 9th place, all under a second. That's incredible.
It was the top 10, wasn't it, at Brands Hatch?
That's right.
Within
We've got a
second
similar
in
story
qualifying.
here.
So
Yeah.
But Matty's on pole by 3/10 at the moment. That's quite a big gap
That's
to
a big
Danny.
chunk. It is. Yeah. Danny won't be happy with that.
It's a close field, but that round this short circuit, that is actually quite a considerable margin.
But we know what Danny's like on the starts.
Well,
He
yeah, we
seems
saw
to
it at the last one, didn't we?
monster the starts.
Absolutely
Yeah.
launched in the last on the sprint race from 3rd on the grid to leading as he went through Druids. So
Exactly. So yeah, 2 corners later, he's in 1st place. So we know it's not. Matty won't be comfortable, even though he's just got to nail the start because he knows Danny will be off like a rocket. He's not doing anything different unless. Can you see any pipes hanging out the back of Danny's car, Adam? There's no nitrous on it, is there?
I don't think he needs it. He just needs somebody in front of him to actually be a target, doesn't he? And then he knows how to push. But obviously, Matty's going to want to get one back on Danny because Danny nicked the podium off of him in the feature race.
That's right.
At Brands
Yeah.
Hatch. So in the dying moments. I think a little bit sideways.
So let's go on the standout performer from last week in the feature, Johnny Rotax from the SAR racing community. Fabulous 2nd place last week, absolutely superb result. So we know he's got the pace.
He absolutely nailed the strategy, didn't he? It was. It almost went under the radar a little bit. We were concentrating on what Danny was doing and what Matty was doing, and.
Well, I thought initially he had to pit, and then we realised it was a live position, and I thought, this is brilliant.
Yeah, and I think part of the problem was we didn't actually have the information on the screen, so we kind of had to guess what tyres he'd gone on. We'll be a bit better this time out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be a bit more well informed, and we should be a little bit more professional.
Did you say professional then?
I said it with gritted teeth.
You've set the bar now, haven't you?
Well, I had just played Jessica Fletcher music over the tannoy, so
you
ain't
can't say professional now, can you? So has Matty he's still keeping, he's not improved. So we've got 2.5 minutes left of the quali, so that's working out about probably 2/3 laps. Matty's in the pits thinking he's done enough. So let's just go on board with Danny C, who was the season 1 champion. Came very close in season 2 despite missing 2 races. So let's just see. Let's go on board with Danny and see if he can do anything to clutch. And as we see, he's purple.
Oh, he's purple
by
absolutely
2/10.
Determined, because of course there is a bonus point up for grabs, of course, for pole position. So
correct.
every point will count. Danny's currently leading the championship on 35 points.
Yeah, 3 points clear.
Nearest rival of Legion technically isn't here, but Matty's on the same points as Legion, isn't he? So
that's right. Yeah.
He really does want to try and get a little bit over on Matty.
Oh, Danny's lost his advantage. Maybe that was in the last corner.
Lost it in the last couple of corners, I think, there. But so Matty's done brilliantly through those last 2 corners, then, hasn't he, to keep that advantage?
Well, yeah. I mean, T2 and the last. There's 3 corners, as we were saying in the chat. Martin Nems, go on, Butters, smash it. Butler in P2. What's the gap?
Well, Butler's actually, yes. Where's that come from? He was in 3rd just a minute ago, so he stuck that one in. That was on his last lap that he's just done. He's improved
from Danny. So Ben Smith has improved up to 4th place. That's a brilliant result for Ben.
And Kian's still in 5th as well. So yeah, fantastic. He's another one to watch, isn't he, Kian?
And Handy Pint. Let's go on board with Handy Pint. So this is Handy Pint's first outing. He couldn't make the first week. He's running the sister car in Patrick Watts' Peugeot, teammate of Kian. And Handy Pint, as we all know, or some of you may not know, part of the CCM crew, Captain Colossus Media, was doing track guides. so you don't do track guides if you're not quick. He's a Porsche fanatic. He's stuck. He loves the Porsche, where everybody else gave up on it. He stuck with it, and he's another one. Group 4s, Group 3s. He doesn't tend to like the Group 2s, but he was running the Golf Championship. Got the old Mark 1 Golf GTI with CC Sim, and he did really well in that. So he's used to the road cars, but it's his first outing on here, so he's had some practice. So we all know he's more than he's a steady pair of hands. So he's more than capable. He's got good race pace, good racecraft. So if that's a slowing down now, so Matty's in the pits having a cup of tea. So they've got 12 laps in quali. You've got 16 watching. That's incredible. Thank you ever so much for tuning in and watching. I hope you're enjoying this. This is the sprint race, which is I'm going to have to hold on to my seat for this one, Adam. What do you think? It's going to be...
Yeah, it's going to be hectic going into that first corner, isn't it? Because obviously it's a standing start. Everybody's going to want to take the advantage 100%. While they can, not lose any time. Oh, that was a shame for Handy Pint there. He was looking like he was on a good lap and just got a half-second penalty coming out that last corner. So, well, yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of that.
That is looking like the grid. So... it looks like at the moment Matty actually improved at him by a 1/10.5. It was a 50.9, so he's gone out and just made sure. Wow! So that's
he knows where to put his car around here, doesn't he? He's looking dangerous for this sprint race, that's for sure.
But look at this. Let's just go down the grid. Again, the top. Well, give or take, the top 10 are within a second. And Lewis is in the top 10. Johnny Rotax in P7. That's a great result for Johnny. But we'll run through the grid once let's go on the car that's on track. As they're cooling down, so it should be ending in a minute now. We've got the run over. Do like this livery. That was another one of my favourite ones. The Carina, Adam, the Bloom one.
It's a famous livery, isn't it? Due to Julian Bailey, thanks to him.
Can you, Can you do the? Let me just take a screenshot.
So we've got Matty on pole, 50.8. That's a really, really quick lap round here.
That's a fast time. Yeah.
Danny, our championship leader, sprint race winner from the last time out on a 51.0, just 2/10 off. Butler standing in for Legion, his first time out in this championship, first time running this car. He's done a fantastic job, hasn't he, in third place.
Incredible.
Ben Smith there in the Honda in fourth. And as we say, we're still within a second here, aren't we? Kian, pole position winner from the last round, is in fifth. But he's still in touch there in fifth. He can do a good job from there.
Just want to touch on this. Jimbo, this is his first outing as well.
I was going to say his first outing. Yeah, and representing your favourite livery there really well in sixth. Johnny Rotax in the other Vauxhall there in seventh place. Eighth, we got Drew Bitt in the Renault Laguna, Jason Plato's Renault Laguna. And they're all within a second from the top, and then just ticking
outside,
over the 1 second.
Yeah, we've got Lewis from SAR.
In the Toyota, yeah.
We've got Handy Pint running the other Peugeot, and we've got Captain running Derek Warwick's Alpha 155 in the game. We all know it's all BMWs, but for the liveries. And we've got Mr. Alloy in 12th place. All great times. I mean, 52s, that's a respectable time round here. Followed by Orbulator, who's also out on his first outing, representing Team Volvo, in 13th place. Followed by Storm, that's London Norm, in 14th. And we've got Ruben in the other Renault Laguna in 15th place. So let me get a screenshot of that. Right. So let me get the usual message out. Let's have a clean race, have a good race, and good luck. You think, Nora, are you ready? Are you buckled in, Adam?
Oh, God, let me have a quick drink. I'm going to need it.
Yeah, me too. Oh, this is...
Yeah,
I have been looking forward to this.
I really don't know what to expect on this because those top five, I mean, not excluding anybody, but those top five in particular are rapid, and they're showing their pace. I mean, it's half a second just over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seven tenths between those top five. So, yeah, watch the start, buckle in, and
Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your seats. This is going to be a cracker, both races. So here we go for the first race of two this evening, the sprint race here at Redbull Ring in Austria. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Good luck, Adam.
Yeah. Good luck to all the drivers going into turn one as well.
This is right. Let's. As we see them all lining up on the grid, with a grid start with a full start check. So keep your foot on the brake or the handbrake. Waiting for the lights to come on here at Red Bull. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And they're off. So let's see if Danny can monster the start as he did last time out. He's definitely got the advantage. He's got the advantage. He's done it again. Yeah.
Oh, big twitch on the exit though. I think Matty might have got back down the inside of him.
He has. Matty's got the yes, yeah. and Butler's having a good sniff.
You nearly said Legion.
I did. Oh, Danny's got it all sorts of sideways there. So let's just.
Yeah, they were trying to go side by side there, and Matty's making a bid for the exit now, hasn't he? He's checked out a little bit while these two behind us started to battle for it. But yeah, Danny's good start, and he's dropping down a little bit here.
So let's just go back to Danny.
Got penalty.
Ben, what a move! What a move from Ben. I'm gonna have to just review that. Let's just see if I can get a replay from Ben. No, it's not.
Evidently
working.
Not. Of course, it wouldn't be working on a good thing.
Oh, I'll tell you why it's not working.
You ain't got plugged in.
No.
Oh, there we go. You probably missed it now. Yeah.
Yes, I've missed it.
Oh, you?
That's
did you have caps lock on, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It was a great move. He absolutely nailed it down the inside on Danny into that final corner. That's a brave move because you can easily slide out wide and take the guy on the outside along for the ride. But
sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure there'll be plenty more opportunities. We see Ben getting it all sorts of sideways. So Ben is currently made up for 2 positions from the start. So he's got himself into 2nd place now, and Danny's dropped right back to 6th place.
Well, Ben got past Butler because Butler had a penalty for track limits through turn 1. Okay, so cool. Obviously he had to take his penalty, and that's what allowed Ben to get a good run on him. But look how sideways these guys are getting out of that exit.
Jimbo was there attacking Danny, but he's picked up himself a penalty. So Danny's going to make the move down the inside here, knowing the penalty's going to be served. But Jimbo's held on to that. He's not letting Danny have his own way, even though he's got a penalty, but he'll pull over to the right here for his pen. Let's see how much of Danny's definitely going to get past. Is he only going to lose 1? Lewis is having a good look, but it's too late for Lewis. But he's got the slip, he's got the run off his team, off his fellow SAR racing community driver. Look at this is frantic. So let's just go down and have a look at...
Captain's gone absolutely sideways out of that last corner. He's hit the pit wall as well, unfortunately. I don't think it was assisted. I think he just ran slightly wide over the exit.
Let's see if I can get that.
The grass. Yeah, so as we're coming down into the final turn now, he's turned. Did he get?
Oh, he got a tap.
He got a tap, and then it just all kind of concertinaed up, didn't it?
That's so unfortunate.
Got caught up with the Ford. I can't remember who's driving the Ford now. Sorry.
That's M Beeks. That's Ruben.
Beeks. So yeah, he got tangled up with, and he backed off to try and give the guy some space to stop him from spinning.
And just got caught on the rear end.
And just got caught up, and that's unfortunate. Nobody's fault.
So unfortunate.
Well, we've got Kian up into 3rd place now, haven't we?
But meanwhile, Kian's up into 3rd. Butler's in 2nd. So
what's happened?
Ben Smith. So let's
What's
just
happened
see.
to Ben?
Ben's in 4th. Oh, so he's not dropped back. But Danny's working his way up. But what I am impressed with is, let's just go down to Storm. He's definitely there or thereabouts. They're having a good race here with Johnny Rotax, who we were talking about earlier. But he's just picked up a penalty. That's unfortunate for Storm. But there's plenty of laps here. So let's just see where... Have we lost a driver? No. I'm going to go on. I'm going to go on Handy Pint, who's having a right. This is a good battle here between MB, Mr. Alloy, and Handy Pint. So Handy Pint's got the measure. Let's go on board. For the proper touring car view, Adam.
Yeah, let's see if he's going to do a proper touring car move now. So he's looking down the inside. Late brake. Has he got it done? Beaks has seen him.
He's got
it
done.
Him room. That was a good move.
That was a brilliant move from Handy Pint. Brilliant
move to the inside to cover it as well.
But Beaks is having a sniff around the outside.
He is. I don't think he's going to get that. No, he's trying to switch back. He could get a good exit here because he went out wide to come in.
He's definitely close enough.
He's in the toe as well, so he could get a little bit of a run out of here. But yeah, that was a good decisive move from Handy Pint on the brakes going into that corner.
Very committed. So let's just go back up to Drew Bit, who's seeing how he's doing in the Renault. He's in 8th place currently, having a great battle with Lewis in Team Toyota. So this is Drew's first outing. So they all seem to have got to grips with the car. And Matty's knocked in a 51.2 in race trim. So at the moment he's got the fastest lap. So we'll see if that's going to be beaten. There's no tyre wear, so it's still open. But I just want to go back up to the top and just see what the gap is at the top. So we've got Matty with 2 seconds. But these are great rivals over at when they race at CC Sim. It's Matty, Cake and Butler. They're both very quick guys, and I'm sure they love taking chunks out of each other, don't they?
Well, yeah, I mean, but to be fair, Butler's obviously it's his first run in this car as well, but he's got Kean for company, hasn't he?
Yeah, very close behind now. So Kean's definitely in the slip. But can he keep it clean? Just. So let's just see what view Butler's got from behind. As we see him darting around through the roll cage. So Kean's not letting him get away. But these two, so we're on lap 8 now. We're only 6 minutes in. We're just approaching the halfway mark of this race. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in to watch, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you're enjoying what you're seeing. This race, the results of this race sets the grid for the feature race, but in reverse order. So, as we see Ben there, still in 4th place, so he's getting a bit of loose on it. He's definitely pushing. Yeah.
Oh, he's got over the limits that time, unfortunately.
But he's got Danny right behind him, so Danny will be rubbing his hands here now, seeing Ben pick up that penalty. So is Danny going to be close enough? I don't think he is. I think Ben will keep. I think he'll keep it.
Should just about keep it. I think
it'll be close.
He should be far enough ahead now, shouldn't he?
But
well, he's picked up another penalty in the process, hasn't he? So Danny will get him eventually because he's got another half-second penalty. But these guys are about 5 seconds off the lead. That's how far up Matty's gone, and he's checked out a little bit, but it's not completely comfortable. We've just seen that you can easily take a penalty, but Danny looking around the outside. That's going to be a brave move if he can do it. Not quite, can he? Gives each other room.
Oh, Ben might have picked up a penalty there.
Ben, he's got away with that one, fortunately. I'm wondering whether the penalty that he did have actually was taken too late on in the lap, and that's why he couldn't actually serve the penalty.
He's maybe serving it now, so Danny may have known that. He's gone over to the right as great racing etiquette from Ben, moving off the racing line to take the penalty. So how the manufacturers stand at the moment, with Audi are leading the manufacturers, followed by Nissan 3 points behind, and Ben for Team Honda is 9 points adrift, with Vauxhall a further 4 points adrift behind Honda. So early days, but it's all to play for, as we see in the background there. So we're going to just quickly jump to Lewis as we look at this battle here. So we've got Lewis and Johnny having a proper battle here. So this is
big
bit
dive.
of a touring car move there.
Yeah, proper Muller move that was, wasn't it? And tap him in the back, push him out wide.
Make him unsteady, and then got him open the door and dive down the inside. It's all good. I'm sure there no love lost between these, but it's all good, clean fun rate. It's great. It can't be. It's touring cars at the end of the day, isn't it? Let's just come back out of this view.
If there wasn't a bit of paint swapping, then there wouldn't be touring cars. He's got a half-second penalty, unfortunately.
I always used to. For those who don't know, I feel like I'm banging on about it. I used to be a race marshal back in the day, back in the 90s at Alton Park, and I always used to laugh. I used to marshal these, and I always used to laugh, along with all the others, when the commentator said over the radio, "Welcome to the Btcc, a non-contact sport," which gained raptures of applause and laughter from everybody in the crowd, because he knew it was just basically a wreck fest at T1. Calm down after that, but let's just go back up to the top and see. Matty's pulled out a 3.5 second gap now, with approximately 4 laps to go. So Butler has got a 2 second gap to himself and Danny. So this is a great. This is these top. They've not pulled away, but Kian is hanging on to the coattails.
Yeah, Kian's obviously had an incident somewhere, because he was right up there, and he's got another half-second penalty. So I suspect he's probably had a. Yeah, I suspect that Kian got a penalty, and that's what's caused him to drop down, because he was right up there with Butler at one point. But yeah,
so the gap now between Ben and Kian is Ben will lose this position. Is Kian got the legs? Oh, he's thinking about it, but Ben's defended it. That's good defending from Ben. It's side by.
Oh, this is brave.
This is good. This is brave.
Oh, Ben's been pushed out wide there. Kian's slowed down, but I think Ben's probably still going to get a penalty, isn't he?
Let's just go back up to. Let's just see if we can do this. Let's see if we can see this.
Oh, he's got a penalty now by running out wide.
See him
I think Ben thought that Kian was going to back out of that one, and Kian thought, no, he's going to give me room.
Feisty.
Yeah, stuck his nose down the inside, pushed Thompson out wide, gave Thompson a bit of his own medicine. Thompson used to do all that stuff, driving people off a circuit, but as Ben goes wide, he's got another half-second. That's killing Ben's race. He's always getting penalties, isn't he, at the moment? Every time we look at him, he's got a half-second penalty hanging over his head, and that's such a shame, because we know he's got the pace.
But we've got, I'm just seeing in the background there, we've got Drew Bitt up to 7th place in a great battle. This is a 4-way battle here.
Yeah, with Ben's half-second penalty
Jimbo,
as well.
Drew and Lewis. So with Ben taking a penalty, this is going to potentially give Lewis.
Look how close they are.
Yeah, they're very, very close. Drew's going to take advantage of this, I would have said.
They're going to know he's got the penalty because it's hanging over his head. They can see that from their camera view. So as he comes up here now, Ben should move over to the right and take that penalty. So here's Drew Bitt and
let's have a look what happens now. So Drew's going for the move.
There goes one. There goes the other one. So yeah, he's lost 2 places there, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate for Ben. Oh, as you see Drew get it now, is that a penalty?
I suspect that will be a penalty.
That's close.
I'll be surprised if it isn't. I'll be very surprised if it isn't.
He's got away with
that somehow. But try and round the outside the right. Breathe in, everybody. Here we go. Ben, which way does he go? Left, right, in the centre. Round the outside. This isn't going to work, surely. Isn't it? Is it? Oh, it's pushed out wide. So close. Please don't get another penalty, Ben. Please.
No, not another one. This is great. This is the touring car view. Look at that.
Oh, proper racing now, isn't it?
But Ben's got Lewis for company here. Lewis is just sitting there. but he knows this is potentially going to kick off. But it's all clean and fair. There's no malicious. It's just Danny C, as we see, has taken the fastest lap with a 50.9. Wow. So that wasn't quite Matty's qualifying pace, but that's very close.
Yeah, it was a 50.8 from Matty in qualifying.
That's right.
And, so
yes.
Danny's just short of that, but he's obviously found the rhythm now, as we've got on
I'm just going to focus on
ringside
this battle
seat
here.
from Ben. Oh no, he's backed out of that one. Backed out. Thought about it. Oh, big twitch.
Is he going to try down the inside here? Johnny's going to defend it. He's forcing him. Oh! He's trying, Ben. He's trying.
How
side
close
by
is
side.
this?
What racing is this? Is brilliant.
Oh, if they get any closer, they're going to have to start a family, aren't they? They can't. They just they're rubbing and rubbing and rubbing all the time.
I'm going to have to get
round the outside. Fantastic.
I'm going to get
stuff.
a replay of this. But look at this, very clear, respectful driving through one of the twisty sections through Redbull, side by, no contact, no going off. Absolutely brilliant. But while these pair are fighting, this is bringing Jimbo and Lewis into the picture. I'm just going to quickly go to the top now as the final lap. So I don't know where to go. Let's just check what the gap is. So,
well, Matty, I think, has got this sewn up, hasn't he?
Matty's got a
3
3.2 second gap. So let's just quickly go. I just want to focus on that battle because this is.
So, well, Matty's coming round the final corner now to finish this race.
Right,
we're on the
so
final lap for Matty.
We can go back to 6. So well done, Matty. That's the sprint race win for Matty Cake. Good 20 points there for Matty, but I've just got to. And was he Butler finishing in a brilliant second place? Who is going to get this? So we got Drewbit. So Kian takes 4th. Ben holds on to 5th. Drew makes a place up into 6th place. He was in 7th. So that's what a. Oh, can we breathe now?
Yeah, that was properly hectic, wasn't it, going into those last few laps? Didn't know where to look. Brilliant stuff.
Oh my god. Well, it didn't disappoint. Let me get the replay before I forget. We're definitely going to get some good photos off that one.
Well, let's not forget that the next race, it's on the longer circuit, but we've got weather coming in. So if you thought that one was hectic, you wait for this next one.
Oh, well, I will say something. You'll laugh at this, Adam. Someone asked the Codger, well, they didn't ask. They said you should have more wet races. Bit of a mistake, that, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. Do they know what they asked for?
They may regret this.
Was it somebody asking who doesn't actually race in the series? I bet it was.
No. They raced last season.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, last season. Not doing it this season, so it don't matter then, does it?
So we'll run through the results here. We got Matty Cake taking the win. What a great win for Matty there. That's nearly 4 seconds clear of Butler on his first outing. What a result for Butler. Well done, matey. And Danny bringing it home in an important 3rd place, given the points. And
with
Kian,
fastest lap as well.
Yeah, taking the fastest lap, and we've got Kian showing his true pace that we know he's got, bringing it home in a great 4th for Team Peugeot, followed by Ben in the Honda. What a race, Ben. We couldn't take our eyes off that, mate. That was a absolutely belting race.
Well, considering all the penalties that Ben had through that race, he did
to get
brilliantly to finish 5th. That was fantastic.
Then we've got Drewbit in a close 7th place, literally about half a second behind Ben. So that's really well done for Drew on his first outing. Jimbo brings it home in 7th as a stand-in for Sir Hammy in Team Vauxhall. Lewis, another good result for Lewis in 8th. You can switch over while I have a drink.
Yep, so handy point in his first outing, obviously in the Peugeot, finishing in 9th place. Mr. Alloy in the Ford, that's a good result as well, finishing in 10th. Johnny Rotax finishing in 11th place. Captain, after his spin early on and hitting the pit wall, he came back really well to finish in 12th place. Storm there in representing Steve Soper in the BMW in 13th. Ruben in the Renault Laguna of Alain Menu in 14th, and then at the back, but getting pole position. How do you pronounce that? Orbulator?
Yes.
In the Orbulator, in his first outing as well, so that's he's got to finish. He'll be disappointed to be last, but it does put him on pole for this feature race. So,
Yeah.
have you taken the pictures?
I'm just going to take a picture of this.
Take your screenshots so you know what you're doing.
I've just got to while they're having a practice, I'll download the pictures and then we'll set the grid. So I'm going to give you another opportunity, Adam. Right. So now
I can't get it out quick enough now. I've got an advert. No, it's all right. Don't worry. you escaped.
Right. I'm going to change the room now for the feature race. This is the reverse grid feature race. So I'll get the room open, and this is where they're all going to be biting the nails and going, "What's Codger going to do?" Should we keep him in a bit suspense a bit longer?
Well, Carl has put in the chat one more lap and Danny would have had me, but he's also then straight under that says I like it wet. Now whether that's anything to do with the battle that he had
that racing?
Well, that's what I'm not sure. Is he talking about this race or is he talking about the battle with Danny? Do those two need to get a room?
Butler, mate, you've done a great job so far keeping up the amazing drive. Replay, Jimmy. Thank you, Ben. I've got it, buddy. Water doesn't affect butter, Martin. Right, they've been waiting for this. This is what they've all been waiting for. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. They wanted weather. They've got it. So the difference between the feature race and the sprint race is this is a rolling start. So that's your weather. So are the settings the same as last week? So we've now got, this is the important bit, tyre wear times 4, fuel consumption rate times 5, and we have a refueling rate at 9 litres a second, so it's quite quick. But they don't start on a full tank, they start on 85 litres of fuel. So they're going to have to work out with the practice they're going to give them now. You're going to give them 10 minutes practice just to get used to the tyres. Well, just under 10 minutes, get used to the tyres, see what the wear's like. So if everybody's ready, let's get this room open. 17 watching. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. This, you thought that last one was frantic. Yeah, wait till you see this. Right, Adam, cue.
I haven't got it ready.
Oh.
You've escaped.
Have I escaped? Brilliant.
Yeah. Do it quick. Don't forget to turn your caps lock off after you've finished.
Yes. Professional now. No spelling errors, no spelling mistakes. Right. Right, so now I need... Right, so let's get some cars on the track. Adam, you can... let's get the details on the screen.
I was going to say, I forgot to take a picture of the grid there, so you'll have to...
No, I've got a picture of the grid.
That's all right, then. I can't talk you through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously we're on the long layout, the Grand Prix layout here now at Red Bull Ring for this feature race. So they're obviously out on circuit now. This will be their first time running with the known tyre wear, the known fuel rate. So it's going to be interesting to see because they're going to know that the rain is coming in at some point in the race, and it's just going to be a case of what point that rain comes in. So it dictates what their tyres are going to be. What are they going to start on? Are they going to start on softs and hope that the rain comes in early enough? Are they going to start on mediums or hards, drag it out until the rain comes in? When the rain comes in, how hard is that rain going to be? How's the fuel going to go?
We've got the weather symbols in the chat from Drew.
There's going to be so many variables in this race. It's going to be brilliant to watch. So we've got Kian going around practicing there now. So I'm wondering what's going through their minds now. What are they looking at? Are they looking at the tyre wear? See how long these softs are going to last. What the pace is around this and circuit.
Also,
so
what the fuel, how much fuel. Hang on a minute. We need, yes. Hang on a sec. Let me just Right, so we're missing one, so I need... Right, now they're in. Cool. Right, so there'll be... they won't see anything on the radar yet, but... I'm gonna give him 5... You see Kian there getting it a little bit loose. So just keep an eye on the timer, Adam. I don't really want it to go over 7 minutes, 8 minutes.
No, that's all right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
just make you concentrate on getting your grid sorted. Then
Right.
we'll,
I'm just gonna have to exit this and get the grid sorted. Right. So set the grid. So, Matty Cake. I like doing this, Adam.
all the way down.
All the way down. And Butler, you can go down to the second place. Danny came in third. Where's Danny?
At the top.
Yeah. So, I'll see if we can get this done quickly. Danny came in third. Kian came in fourth. Then, it's disappeared off my phone. Then we have Ben. Above Kian. Then we had Drewbit. What a result for Drewbit on his first outing. That's really impressive.
And he was one of those drivers in that battle as well, wasn't he? So
That's right.
He came out really well on that.
So we've got Jimbo Jr. starting above Drew. So then the next page got Lewis. So Lewis is going to get a good start in the feature. So that's above Jimbo. We've got two SIR guys together. Right, so we've got Lewis, then we've got Handy Pint. We got Captain. Where's he gone? There he is. Then we got Mr. Alloy.
Mr. Alloy's going to have to be very confident in this, isn't he? Because Charlie Cox very famously said, "Ford, it's an acronym for floats on race day." Well, now we're going to be racing in the wet, and he's starting fifth. He's going to be very confident in this.
I've done something wrong here. So we've got Storm, then Ruben. Storm, Ruben. Right. So where did Johnny Rotax? Eighth. Wait a minute. What's going on here? We've got a problem.
I can't help you because I haven't got the picture of the results.
Yeah, because I don't. Johnny's not showing on the results.
Is he not?
London, no, Mr. Alloy.
Yes, he is. He was 11th. I've just gone back on the stream. He finished 11th. So he's behind Captain.
Ah, okay.
No, he isn't. Yes, he is. Yeah, he's behind Captain.
So he wants... Right, so he wants to go there. He wants to go above Captain.
He wants to go there. Yeah.
Right, okay, that's fine. So that is the grid set. Right, so what's the timing they're on now?
Hang on, no, you haven't finished yet because you haven't got Orbulator on pole.
Ah, that's where I was confused. Right, that's right. That's right now, isn't it?
I've fast forwarded through now. Hang on. You've got the picture. That should be correct now. I would have thought.
Yep, that's right. Okay.
Living up to our professional status.
Yeah, of course.
Just close your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. You didn't see that.
Right. So. Okay. So there, I think.
That'll be enough practice now, won't it?
That'll be enough practice now. Right. Let's just see who the. They're all out.
Keane's looking strong already. Sort of.
Right. I'm going to get this going because I don't want the weather to come in and give the game away. Right. So, go on, Adam. You ready?
All bets are off now, aren't they, for this one? Because we don't know when the weather's coming in. We don't know what tyres they're starting on. How long the fuel's going to last. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to be in their position. I think I'd be tempted to start on mediums, possibly, not knowing 100% when the rain's going to come in.
Yeah, that might be a good shout. I mean, the softs are not looking too bad, but it's just how far are they going to take you? But I think you've also got to look at they'll have worked out how much fuel they're using per lap. So let's get this. Come on, give the intro.
Yeah, go on then. So race 2 of the evening for round 2 here at A1 Ring. Sorry, Redbull Ring. I always call it A1 Ring. It's a habit from back in the day. Redbull Ring, GP, feature race, weather, tyre wear, fuel wear. God, let's get this going, shall we? In 3, 2, 1. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on to your hats. This is going to be a good one.
And your umbrellas.
That's the point, yeah. Oh, take a deep breath, right.
Of course, when it does rain, we don't know how much it's going to rain either, do we?
No.
So can you stay out on slicks? Can you go intermediates? Do you need the full wet? Oh, so many variables.
Driver names off, right, and we're having the hood on.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I think we're going to need it for this one. There's no mandatory tyre, of course, in this because it's a wet race.
It's free tyre choice. As opposed to a dry race where the softs are mandatory. That's not the case here. They're free to use whatever tyre they like. So, as we see an off already from Storm, who's maybe caught the grass.
Yeah, I don't know
what's happening.
What happened there? Hang on.
Do they want a restart?
I think they might have to.
Bug.
Yeah, there's a bug. Okay, restart.
Right. Well, they're going to have to enter. Everybody's going to have to exit the race now. Then. Oh well, I can't be. That's exit in my eyes.
It still says exit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it still says exit. Right.
Grid is also wrong, apparently.
Grid is. In what way?
No idea. I just saw somebody. I didn't see who it was. Had flagged it up. So let me just rewind on the stream, and then we'll start it.
Well, you see, the screenshots I took have got Lewis in 9th, Handy Pite in 10th, Captain 11th, and I haven't got Johnny Rotax on my screen, which is the strange thing.
Interesting. Okay. Right. Well, I've got the live stream paused, so we'll go back onto your grid then.
Let's go back onto the grid. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. Right. So let's just go. So.
Okay. So Matty should be on pole.
No,
then
Matty.
Last. Then it'll be Butler.
Then Danny.
Then it'll be Danny. Then it'll be Kian. Then Ben Smith.
Yeah.
Drewbit.
Yeah.
Jimbo.
Yeah.
Then Lewis.
Yep.
And then, hang on, let me just get to the next page. Come on. Then we've got Handy Pint.
Yep.
Mr. Alloy.
Wait a minute. So, after Handy Pint, it's Mr. Alloy.
After Handy Point, it's Mr. Alloy.
Yeah.
Then it's Johnny Rotax.
Aha, right, okay. Yeah. Then it's
then
Captain. Then Storm.
Then Storm, then Ruben, and then Obliterator.
Obliterator, brilliant. Okay.
Obliterator, sorry, yeah.
No, don't say Obliterator.
Well, you know.
Hold on a minute.
Strike.
Wait a minute. I need to edit the event settings. I've just spotted something. Uses the tyre. Right, I need to take that off.
Oh, well spotted. That could have been interesting
Yeah.
if
So
they
there's
weren't starting on softs.
Yeah. So there's no required tyre change. Yeah, because that would have given a load of penalties.
You're going to have to reset the grid again now because you've changed the lobby.
Oh. Sorry. Oh, everybody tick in. Right, okay. Sorry about the delay. Right, let's start it again. Oh, has it?
Oh
No,
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 perhaps
no,
it
no,
hasn't.
no, no, it hasn't.
No,
It's
saved
done
it. Oh,
it saved
oh,
it.
brilliant.
Yes,
Yeah, it
that's
has.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank God for that.
Right, okay. So, in 3, 2, 1, let's get this feature race underway.
Shall we?
Let's try it. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully it doesn't glitch out this time.
Thank you everybody that pulled over when there was a glitch. That was very fair racing. Ayrton Senna, there goes my toilet break. Right. Display all driver names. Off. Right. So let's hope there's no glitch. Doesn't...
It looks like they're smoother away this time. There was a bit of a gap at the front last time, wasn't there? So yeah, that's looking a bit better.
Yeah.
We'll soon know if Storm goes straight, which he has done this time. So all the way cleanly this time.
Right. Buckle in, ladies and gentlemen. Got 16 watching. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. This is the feature race set by reverse grid from the sprint race. So all to play for here. So there's plenty of strategies going to be up for grabs here. So we'll see what they make of this. So this is a 30-minute feature race as we see. Oh,
that was a bit of a shame.
So let's just see if we can go to. Let's just see what happened there. Let's just see what happened. That was very unfortunate.
You've got caps lock on again, haven't you?
Yeah. I've not managed to get it.
I think
Miss Marples forgot to reset the keyboard.
Well, he's slowing down, is Ruben. He was right at the front, and he's slowed right down to give that position back.
Oh, that's
it was obviously a genuine mistake. He just got a better run through the corner, misjudged it, and there was a bit of contact, and that was the result. But we got Johnny Rotax, who was our driver of the day last time, and obviously the voting's open for that, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to actually vote for your driver of the day, you can still do that. That's from the first race and this race as well. But so we've got Johnny Rotax, who got second in the feature race last time, and he's right up the front, leading the way now. As we've got Steve Soper, Storm, which is quite a fitting name for what's coming.
Oh, engage your audience. Start a poll. Oh, here we go. Let's see if this works. Just carry on with the commentary, Adam, while I do this.
Oh, okay. I was unsure what you were actually doing. But Danny C's made a fantastic start. He's already looking down the inside of Mr. Alloy down into what I'm going to call turn 2. FIA don't call it turn 2, but I will do. So Danny is already up into second, again making a fantastic start. So we've got Johnny, who has got a 1.5 second lead nearly from Danny, from Mr. Alloy, and from Storm in fourth, who's just lost out to Lewis there going into the official turn 3.
Because I've got to put names in.
Oh, okay.
As a vote. So just put your drivers, put the names in the YouTube chat, and we'll count the votes after the event. So, but myself and Adam will have the casting vote, as we'll have a look through the replays and just we'll give the award out. Or so we drive the other day. So Danny C, who started in 12th place, is already in second place on lap 2.
he just knows how to make a start in this car, doesn't he? He's absolutely launched off the line, and he, again, a feature race.
But
strategy has got to come into play.
At his expense, though.
Well, this is the thing. He started on the softs. But it depends on how long those softs are going to last. He's already put a little bit of wear in, and he's got to be careful with his fuel. But he's absolutely hunting Johnny Rotax down there. Johnny, will he defend this, or will he just let Danny go and follow him round, save a bit of fuel, maybe?
I think that's the plan.
Down the inside, yeah, there was no defending that, was it? Danny got it stopped in time, possibly.
But this is a replay from last week. These pair were having a great battle last week. So I'm just going to go down to the Primera, because this is looking like a great battle here between Honda, Alfa Romeo, Peugeot and Nissan. So we've got Butler making a move on Handy Pint there. That's a brave move into that corner. Lewis has had a spin.
Lewis has had a spin. That's unfortunate.
So let me just see if I can get that. Let's see where this happened here. It's the
just a little bit late on the brakes and then early on the throttle to try to recover it, and it just spat it round. Unfortunate. He started on the mediums as well, so he's going a little bit deeper in this race. He's counting on the weather coming in a bit later and dragging that one out. So we're already on to lap 3. No sign of the rain just yet. Nope. Ignore that glitch on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. They don't need to refuel yet.
I don't know why that keeps coming up.
They still don't fix it, do they?
No. But it only comes up when you got the endurance races and the fuel.
Yeah.
So at the moment, let me just see what the gap is at the top. So Danny he's not shaking Johnny off. Johnny's still in the slipstream. But Johnny's playing a clever game here. So if we look at, I'm not going to mention it, Adam, but on the stream. But if we look at the obvious,
yeah, there is a bit of a difference.
Of a difference there. So the fuel, what's the fuel like between them? That's interesting.
There is a difference. Yeah,
it's a reverse.
I suspect Danny has absolutely caned it to get it to the front, and now he's at the front. He's thinking, right, now I can relax. Now I can control the pace from the front, where I want to be. Just concentrate on what I'm doing with the throttle, with the braking. He's possibly coasting into the corners, not aggressive on the throttle, not aggressive on the turning. Possibly turn the engine down a little bit, just to drag it out.
But we all know that Johnny's got the pace, and he's also got the racecraft and strategy element. We saw that last week. So
Mr. Alloy's holding on well. He's third as well, isn't he? He's not going away. He's tracking these guys in front. He's got a good gap behind him back to Ben.
He had a good race last week.
Captain. He did, yeah.
So let's just go back to Ben Smith. So we all know Ben is also, I mean, I can't single anyone out. They're all good. Ben especially is good on strategies and the fuel and tyre wear races.
Ben got very unlucky in the feature race last time out as captain. Looks down the inside, gets that position back. That's a fantastic move there from captain on Ben. Can he hold it?
But I'm just going to go on board with Ben.
He's got away with that.
But has Ben got the slip here? Can he get a move? Is Ben going to risk burning fuel to get a move done at this stage of the race?
Well, it depends on whether he feels that
he's showing
captain's holding him
captain.
Up.
He's trying to. He's letting him know that. He's letting him know he's there. But, captain got a bit sideways there, so that might give Ben a bit of an opportunity.
Just move around in the mirrors, distract the driver in front, make him think about you behind rather than what he's actually doing. Force him into a mistake, and then it's a free position, isn't it? So Ben's a clever guy. He knows what he's doing. As you say, he's good on strategies as well. So he may not be forcing this issue a bit too much. Bit of a bump, well held by Butler there, absolutely sideways. And is Jimbo giving that position back? Yes, I think he is. So Jimbo came from a very, very long way back. Didn't he? He got the slipstream, braked, just caught out, just a little bit of a nudge. Butler did very, very well to hold on to that.
That was great racing, as we see there, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we like to see.
Shot.
If you nudge someone unintentionally, and you cause them to go off track and they lose a position, we expect them to pull over, give the place back. You won't see it in real life touring cars.
Johnny Rotax is in the pits. That's an early stop because the rain hasn't hit yet. When we haven't seen any signs of the rain, but Johnny is already in the pits. That's probably for fuel rather than for tyres, I would have thought. But he was on the softs.
But we've got a flurry of them coming in.
We have, haven't we? Yeah, they're all coming in. So, well, this is going to be interesting.
So they're coming in.
When does the rain hit? How hard is the rain going to hit?
They've come in because they can't continue. It's the fuel that's
it's
done
the fuel,
them.
isn't it? Yeah, so when are the guys up the front? How well have they managed to fight their way through and conserve fuel? This is going to be the big test.
I just want to see now. See, Danny has got a quarter of a tank, so his tyres aren't looking. They're not in the best of shape. But Mr. Alloy that you mentioned before, Adam. We saw him last time out. Now he is going to have to pit, but he's going to have to pit on
this lap, isn't he? He's going to have to pit. He's got no choice. He's got to pit on this lap. And just as the clouds are starting to gather,
it's looking very misty indeed.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many of these have actually got their radar on, watching that cloud come in. We can't see that.
No.
But yeah, he's going to have to. He's got no choice. He's got to pit this time. He's put his hazards on, saying, "I am pitting." No, or is that no? The car's probably done that automatically to say that you're out of fuel, mate. Come into the pits.
He's on fumes.
He is absolutely on fumes. And was that captain following him in as well? Yes, it was. So captain's in as well.
Captain's in. So let's just go look at. Guys, I just want to look at Ben because.
So Danny stayed out another lap as well. Danny's done very, very well.
Got good tyres, good fuel.
Yep, they've got another lap in it, haven't they, for fuel? Matty stayed out.
Look at the weather. Let's just see what Ben can see. Look at this now. We can see they've got the ability to see. They've got a weather radar built into the car that they can see exactly when the weather clouds are coming. We can't see that. I mean, obviously I know when it's coming in, but I'm not. This is.
Well, the wipers aren't on yet, but it's looking dangerous, isn't it? It's coming in over the hills.
I was just about to say the telltale sign is when the headlights.
Well, the lights are on. Yeah, the lights are on. So it's getting close, but Ben's going to have to pit
I'm
this
biting
lap.
my nails here. Let's just see how much fuel Danny's got. Danny could
has
potentially.
Really been saving. He could do another lap, couldn't he?
He could. But let's just see where Matty.
Look at that tyre.
Matty's going to have to. Matty's done really well with his tyres.
Yeah.
So we're going to see now the top four.
Was that my screen, or was there a little bit of water coming off the back of the car there? No, perhaps it wasn't. Perhaps it was my screen. Is it? Have they got the wipers on? No, not yet.
Let's just see. Drewbit is also going to. Yes, they're
going to have to pit for tyres now, fuel now, aren't they?
They're going to have to. They're out of fuel. That's when it does apply, this glitch on the screen. As we see.
Danny has stayed out. But everybody else has come in for all
fuel.
The
wipers
and the wipers are on.
So,
but look at that left front tyre for Danny. Because if this gets much wetter, he's got no grip. He's got no heat in that left front tyre.
But his fuel. Look at his fuel.
He is absolutely on fumes already.
Is he banking on the beginning of the rain and managing to get another lap round?
Possibly, but he might. I mean, if he's got to go too much slower to save the fuel to get to the end, or to get to the end of this lap.
Well, let's just see where they are up to in the pit. So they're fueling up now, so Butler is going to be exiting the pits.
Now, when did it start raining? Did it start raining before they went into the pit? So Ben's gone on to wets, Matty's gone on to inters. Butler's gone on to inters as well. Drewbit's gone on to wets, so this is interesting. They've all taken a different decision
where Danny
on how heavy that rain is.
Let's just see what. Look at this.
Oh, he is going to be struggling. Look at that car. I mean, the Audi in 1996 and 97 in real life was a four-wheel drive. This is very much not a four-wheel drive. This is very much rear-wheel drive. Oh, look at that. Look how slow he's had to turn in there.
He's going to lose his advantage. He's got a 41-second gap. But he's going to lose a hell of a big chunk of that.
He's going to need a lot of fuel, obviously, because he's on fumes. He's got to change tyre. What does he go on to? Does he gamble with the inters? Does he go on to wets?
Can he make it into the pits?
And if he can get into the, he's gone off. Can he get back in without
getting
cutting the
a
line?
penalty?
Just. I think he just made that. Can
Right,
he
then,
get
let's
into
go
the
back.
pits without hitting the wall? Yes,
So-
he can. Just
so-
about. So, where's Ben?
So Ben's in second place now. He's got Matty for company.
Now Ben's on the wet. Look at that
Oh.
tyre gauge on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. You can see the darker blue at the top. That's telling you that you should really be on wets for this stint. And Ben is on wets.
But Matty, are we going to see some sliding from Matty? We're going to see some drifting from Matty.
Well, you're going to in these conditions, aren't you? You've got absolutely no choice. But
I tell you what, Matty's holding. He's keeping Ben there in his sights, even though we know Matty is on inters. We see Ben
Matty has gone
flashing
on to
his
inters,
lights
yeah.
there. So Danny is still in the pits. So Danny has chosen.
Danny's coming out on wets.
So he's just exiting the pits now. So this is going to bring him out right behind this battle here.
So he's got 1 lap less on fuel that he would have needed, although he has tanked it up to try and get to the end.
But
He's going to have fresher tyres.
Look at the weather. Look at what they're faced with here. They did ask for rain.
Well, they've got it.
As we see,
Definitely
Matty
got it. Oh, Matty sideways,
had a
nearly
bit of-
lost it. Oh, and he's on wets as well. Let's not forget. No, he isn't. He's on inters, isn't he? Sorry, he is on inters.
Should we see a Matty drift?
Yeah, this is getting to this is getting to be a bit of a habit for Matty, isn't it? Every race he goes sideways.
Let's look at the steering input here. Let's just see the car
he's tried
control.
Tried to brake on the straighter line and then hit the curb, and it just slipped away from him. Didn't lose too much, but Danny is absolutely in his wheel tracks at the moment. Hasn't got past him yet, but look at the spray.
Look at this.
Butler sideways in the background as well. It's wetter than a beaver's pocket out there, and they're hanging on for dear life.
I'm glad you said Beaver's pocket.
Well, I could have said something worse, but I thought I'd hold back.
We've got a message in the chat. So if you're a bad racer, your team. So what's going on here? So if you're a bad racer, your team kicks. I don't know what's going on here in the chat. Amazing commentating from Graphic Handvat Racing. How do teams work in this? Basically, the maximum points, it's the same structure as the Btcc, but if they're in a team, I've decided that if you in a team, you'll score full drivers individual points, but towards the manufacturers it's 50% points each, so therefore the combined total is 100. So as it would be unfair otherwise for both to score maximum points for the manufacturers, because they'd just walk away with it.
Look
So
at
it's
this
2 drivers
front,
per
Jimmy,
team.
Sorry.
Sorry to get back to you late on the chat, but I was engrossed in this race.
Yeah, you've got to look at the front. You've got to look at the front, because those 3 really have closed up now.
So Ben has assumed the lead now. They're both on the same tyres, but they're not going to see the wear because then they're designed for these conditions. But just look at the conditions they're faced with here.
Danny has got past Matty, obviously, at this point.
But
Matty's
on
the
inters.
wets.
But
Matty is on
two,
inters. The wets look like it's the best choice at this moment in time, of course. We don't know how long the rain's lasting, whether it's going to stop, whether it's going to dry up, whether it's going to get heavier.
Just for amusement purposes, I was a bit concerned that the track wasn't getting wet enough, wasn't I, Adam?
Well, it is. It's definitely wet. You need an outboard motor by the looks of it. Look at how much they're drifting round. And Kian's left the room, unfortunately, so whether he's had an incident or a disconnect, that's a real shame. But absolutely sideways there.
Yeah, do apologies if I miss any comments in the chat, but this is absolutely as you see Ben getting it sideways out of the last corner there.
Danny went really, really wide, so I'd be surprised if Danny hasn't got a penalty hanging over his head. But Butler's in 4th, and
Butler's on inters.
He's on inters, and what's Drew Bit on?
But what I am impressed with is this guy, Handy Pint. But interestingly, Handy Pint must have come in early, because I'm looking at his tyre wear, so logically it wouldn't get tyre wear in the wet. So maybe Handy Pint come in for an early pit stop that we missed.
He might have seen the weather coming in, thought, right, I'm going to go on to wets and actually
He's put a
wore
bit of
them
wear
out a
on
little
them.
bit on driving on dry tarmac on the wet tyres, knowing that he's on the right tyre for when the rain hits. So
let's just go
it's not
back down.
Not going to affect him too much, but he's doing a good job.
We've
hanging
lost
on.
one driver.
That was Kian who jumped out, unfortunately. So I don't know whether he had a disconnect or had an incident.
But we see
so
Jimbo's coming in off the wets now.
Or is he off the wets? Because look at the track, the water level. It's still saying that wets are the way to go. So,
I wouldn't use anything other than wets. You see, look at the spit back from there, from the exhaust on these BMWs.
Yeah, I mean, look at the amount of water that's on the circuit. I mean, you can probably get away with inters on the racing line, but
you go offline.
Second you go off and you're off
on
track.
ice.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a one-way ticket to the tyre barrier, which is a good thing to say when we were looking at Warwick. Absolutely sideways for Ben, and he's on wets as well. That's how difficult the conditions are. He's on full wets. Look at the drifting through there, four-wheel drift.
But the track
and he's got Danny's got past him now. Danny's also on wets, don't forget.
But
he's tracking them behind?
We can see
on intermediates.
The wipers are still on, or are they? Oh no, the wipers are off.
The wipers are off.
Okay, the wipers are off.
They might be more on an intermediate setting because of the spray, but that would indicate that it's actually stopped raining, wouldn't it?
It would, but look at the bar. The bar is just on the cusp of it. That's to me. I wouldn't change. That's still wets.
I don't know. You could possibly get away with it, but again, it's if you go offline. If you're not going to try and overtake somebody, you need to go offline.
Okay, Kian, keep the chat, please. Keep it clean in the chat, please, Kian. Let me know what happened afterwards, and I'll look into it. But yeah. I understand your frustration. He can't open his game now either. We'll look into it after, Kian. As we see the sun, is that the sun poking its way through a bit of blue sky there?
It's getting brighter, isn't it? It's definitely stopped raining. We're getting a bit of a misty haze coming through now. So it's definitely going to start drying up as Ben goes sideways again.
Matty might be rubbing his hands here.
Well, Matty's in a good position here, isn't he? Because he's on intermediate tyres.
They're going to have to keep the tyres cool on the wet patches of the track, but whereas Matty, I think Matty was brave in those conditions choosing the inters, but he's managed to stick it out and keep the car under control.
Starting to close on. I'll tell you what, once again, Matty goes absolutely sideways. How many more times are we going to say that in a race? Look at this. Did he clip the curb or did he just brake a little bit late? I didn't actually see.
I think he caught the curb on
he's on the curb. Whoa. Yeah, absolutely.
How's he saved that?
Well, not only that, I'd love to have seen what Ben was thinking, because he was probably looking in his mirror and seeing just a door number. He wasn't even seeing a BMW. He was seeing a door number and Winkelhock.
We've lost another driver.
In his rear vision mirror. That's a shame that another driver's dropped out.
Yeah, we've lost.
I didn't see who that was.
So overlater. Jimbo has left. That's unfortunately. So we'll have to look at the replay afterwards. But Orbalator, I just want to focus on this guy. So he's going to have to come in and pit now. But this guy from the SAR Racing has stepped in at the very last minute and agreed to take the place. One thing I will say about the SAR guys, they just compete and they just stick with the race no matter where they are. They finish the race other than disconnects. As you see him coming in for fuel now, will he change tyres?
Well, he's got to, hasn't he? If he's got to gamble, he's running, unfortunately.
What would you go on here, Adam?
Well, he was on intermediates anyway. So, I don't know, there's a bit of water, isn't there? It's too wet for slick, surely.
I wouldn't change tyres, I'd just fuel.
Yeah, well, his tyres are in good condition. What are we on? We've only got 7.5 minutes left, so yeah, you could probably get away with just putting.
We'll see what he's come out on, but I'm just going to go back to the top as Danny, meanwhile, has pulled out. Butler is in the pits. So Butler is coming in, not for fuel. Well,
Well, I don't know. Is he? What's he? Oh, I don't know. I
He's
think
coming. He's taking a gamble. He's rolling the
he
dice,
is,
but we've got
yeah, he
Drubik
is rolling
following
the
him in
dice.
as well. There's quite a few coming in now.
But did you notice that the top three, they were all line astern, but they were all moving right over to the right-hand side of the circuit, off the racing line, onto the damper parts of the circuit, just try to cool those tyres and keep the wear rate down, because look at the wear rate on those wets now.
I was just going to say, this is where we're seeing the wear.
It is.
So Danny's suffering here, so he's going to have to desperately try and keep the tyres cool. So I would say Danny is now, this is his point now, does he continue losing time now? I think we're going to see Danny C. Look at this, we see him drifting it. I think we're going to see Danny C from the lead coming in now. He's going to have to. Whereas let's just see Matty's got a decent amount of fuel left, but Matty will be playing a patient game here. He knows that Danny's struggling, but you see him lining Danny up there. Is he going to go for a move down the inside?
Yeah, he's got to be so careful because he's got to go offline to do it. But Danny has not got the grip. Danny has not got the grip to do this, has he?
No, but Danny's going to have to concede this. I think you'll be seeing Danny coming into the pits now. I'll be surprised if he doesn't. May come in sideways, but
no, he's
staying out.
That's
brave.
Interesting.
That's interesting. So let's just see. Ben is also staying out. Now Ben, I would have said.
I don't know. We've got 5.5 minutes left.
But Ben's got a free pit stop. I don't know why Ben. Yeah, I would have pitted then.
Ben's got a free pit stop because Butler's not long come in. Don't forget. So I don't know whether Butler changed tyres or whether he just fueled up. But
Butler was on. He has.
He's gone on to racing softs.
Well, we see Butler there is the first to gamble and go on the softs.
Great shout.
Especially with the water gauge where it is. But we know he's got the skill. He can do this.
Well, the big test is going to be when he's done his first proper flying lap, as to once he's judged and seen where the tyres are, where the grip is. Just look at the lap times. That's going to be the big test now, because Danny
just going to jump down the grid.
The fastest lap.
And we'll come back to. Oh, what?
Oh, let's go back down the grid, he says, just to watch that pirouette from the Ford. I looked up, didn't even see what happened. What happened there? Did he?
So he's looking for a move on Lewis, but he just put the tyres on just on the damp now. He's on racing softs, so he's also gambled. But as we see.
Oh yeah, on the damp part of the circuit, off completely. Needs a ticket to get back in.
Yeah, re-entry.
Was that where you put the burger van at this meeting? I can't remember.
Well, I did ask him to move him because I think Captain took a liking to me. He smelt the burgers cooking. He exit stage left last time.
That's it. Yeah, so, he took it with him, didn't he, last time?
But that won't harm him too much. He's still in 8th place. But Matty is coming into the pits now.
So Danny is also pitting. Now.
So I want to see where Butler is on the track. So
this is going to be so close, isn't it? Because Butler's on the racing softs. He's got the fuel to go to the end, and he is absolutely pushing it. I want to see what his lap time is as well. We know that fastest.
He's going to inherit the lead. He's definitely going to get the lead here because they haven't started fueling yet. So let's just see what the sort of lap time Butler's setting now. 1:30. This is a very quick time on a drying track.
On a drying track, yes. So bear in mind that fastest lap was done during the first opening stint when it was completely bone dry. Absolutely. He held it. Well done. Fantastic.
I've got to get that.
2.5 with Pike, but he's come out behind Matty, unfortunately.
Do you think there's a new race suit needed for Butler there?
Well, it was white, it's now brown at the back, isn't it? Look at that, hit the curb absolutely sideways, held it, carried on going, but he's jumped Danny C and he's got the momentum now on. He's got past, actually. He's already got past Matty, so obviously Butler's got the temperature in his tyres. He knows what the car can do. He knows what the grip's like. Matty's still got to figure this out, hasn't he? So this is Butler's opportunity to really jump when he can. He's got the fuel.
I'm just going to jump down to Patrick Watts, a.k.a. Handy Pint, who's had an absolute stormer in my eyes. First time out to be thrown with this. So he's coming up
You were going to say thrown in at the deep end with all the water, weren't you? And
I
you
stopped
yourself.
short. I stopped short because it was. Yeah, I knew I was going to get a proper ripping from you. We've got 20 watching. That's incredible. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. As he's coming up against a back marker now, but Orbulator will be well aware of that. He'll be seeing the blue flags, but it's hard to pull over and give handy pipe, bearing in mind the room, because you're going to put yourself on the wet line. Now, can he do it? Probably the best place is probably on the straight. Handy pipe will be aware of that.
We're going to have to keep an eye on those. We're going to have to keep an eye on the top three, though, mate, because Danny has actually got past Matty. So whether Matty's had an incident, because Matty's disappeared.
I can't go far enough back now, but
no, Matty's disappeared, so he must have had an incident somewhere. He's dropped well behind now, hasn't he? But so he's 10 seconds now behind Danny, so we didn't actually catch what happened.
But Drew,
that's unfortunate.
Is only 3 seconds behind Matty, and Drew has gone on to the softs also, but his fuel, is that enough?
Well, there's only a minute left, so he'll finish this lap and one more.
Yeah, so he's got plenty of fuel.
He should just about have enough fuel.
That's gone quickly, Adam. I didn't realise
it has gone. Yeah.
Wow.
It has gone quickly, but
I've been engrossed. I've been jabbering, much to everybody else's annoyance, I'd imagine, at points. But I just want to go back to I'm just going to go back down to the bottom of the grid. Sorry about the jumping. So as we see, Storm and Ruben are having a great battle here. Now they've got gallons of fuel to go to the end, so they're out there. This is for. So Lewis is 24 points places up the road. So this is for points. So Lewis, London Nut, Storm, they're going to score points.
Are they all going to get across the line? Well, they're about to be lapped by Butler, who's just started his final lap as well. He's just got across the line. Danny's got across the line. Matty is not going to get across the line, so Matty's going to finish third.
So Matty's going to be the first finisher, so that means
Matty's
Drew.
The first finisher,
yeah. So then
Drew is probably going to get fourth, which he has done. So yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on this now, because Butler is going to come up to these lappers.
Ben Smith finishes seventh. He's beat his CCR teammate Handy Pipe. So sorry, Handy Pipe's finished in front of Ben. So just going to go on board with. Just go on board with Danny just to see the true gap that he's got. He's got Butler in his sights, but Butler's coming up on traffic.
Yeah, Butler's going to be twitching here a little bit, isn't he? Because he doesn't want to go offline because he knows how wet it is, but he's coming up to lappers, and hopefully they're going to see him.
So Storm will be aware that they're coming up.
That gap is coming down, or I don't think it's coming down enough unless there's an error from Butler. But Danny is absolutely pushing it. He's still got the fastest lappers, Danny. That was
look
set
at Danny's
obviously
fuel.
Early in. Oh, really wide. Yeah, Danny's close on fuel, isn't he? He might actually get a penalty for that as well, running that far. Yes, he has. And he's not going to be able to take it now, so that's going to be a second penalty. So Butler has got this win now. Nothing that Danny can do. So Butler doesn't need to push.
Just going to focus on this.
One more corner
Storm
to do.
doesn't need to worry because he's safe now. As we see,
drive from
Butler from CC
Brilliant.
Sim, first time out. As we see a flash of the headlights from Butler, taking his first win in the feature race here at Red Bull in what can only be described as a boating lake.
Well, it was at one point, but he did a fantastic job. I'm just going to get a screenshot of that.
Absolutely
brilliant stuff.
Butler, round of applause. I'm not singling anyone out, but I mean, first time in the car. He only jumped in 2 days ago, so he's only had 2 days practice. Let me just save the replay.
And that's 2 wins for a Primera in a feature race.
Because I was waiting for you to pick up that.
Legion won the feature race last time out. So.
Oh, go on, Adam. One last time.
Oh, hang on. I've got to find. No, I ain't got time. I can't find it again.
You have.
What, by the time you finish typing? No, I've lost it. No, that's all right. Don't worry, you got away with it again.
Have I got away with it?
Yeah, you've got away with it. I ain't got. I can't find it quick enough. I was going on to an advert. Yes. No, you've got it.
Oh, you have? Hang on a minute, because I spelt tonight wrong.
Tonight.
Wow. Let's catch up with the chat, Adam.
Well,
we can breathe.
Just while you have a quick scan through there, just go on to the results. Then we'll give everybody a rundown of the results. So Butler takes the win. Fantastic, starting all the way back in penultimate position, wasn't it? Finished third in the first race, so yeah, right at the back, manages to come through. Danny C, championship leader, finishing in second, got the fastest lap. Unfortunate with a penalty at the end there, which really put pay to his challenge on the final lap, but fantastic result. Matty with an equally good strategy, for same as Butler, really desperate to stay out on those inters, and it did really work for them, didn't it? And so Matty finished at third place. Drew Bit, fantastic result there in the Renault Laguna, finishing in fourth. Johnny Rotax in the Vauxhall Vectra in fifth. Handy Point, again, another standout performance there from Handy Point, jumping in at the last minute in the Peugeot, Patrick Watts' Peugeot, finishing in sixth. Ben Smith, again, that's slightly unfortunate in a feature race, but managing to bring it home in seventh place. Mr. Alloy in the Ford, despite disappearing into the Sahara at one point, he's finished in eighth place.
That's incredible.
That is a good recovery there. So then Captain in ninth, Lewis in 10th, Ruben in 11th, Storm in 12th.
That's a great result for Storm, so he scored points again.
Yeah, and
Orbulator
finishing in 13th, and then we had the two disconnects of Cian and Jimbo, which was unfortunate for those.
Very unfortunate.
Nevertheless, fantastic racing from everybody in difficult conditions as well. Brilliant stuff.
Much to your delight, Adam. I think I've just nipped into the track bar, and I've managed to drag the driver from Team Nissan before he managed to get himself a beer.
Well, this is going to be interesting because it's going to sound like an episode of Big Brother now because of his accent.
Butler,
sorry, Carl, I couldn't let it go.
I thought.
What a race, Carl! How did that go for you? I mean, obviously you're going to say great because you won it, but I mean, 2 days practice in an unfamiliar car, and then to be chucked in with Codger's weather meddling.
I'm really happy with the result. Didn't have a good first half of the race. I got a little bit bashed around and couldn't seem to make up any positions, but I just kept my eye on the weather radar, and I didn't expect there to be a dry line start to appear, but I started to notice it, and I was a bit far back from the leading pack, so I just kind of watched what they did and didn't see any of them going to the pits. I thought, I'm just going to take the gamble, just going to go for it. And
yeah, you're going to do the opposite.
It paid off in the end. Yeah, exactly.
We thought it was a bit risky because we just thought it's a dry line, but the water gauge, me and Adam were both saying the water gauge was still a third up the bar, and we thought, we did see you have a few moments. I hope you appreciate the replays.
Well,
when you watch it back.
I could see them all coming out of the pits, and I was just like, I need to nail this first corner. And I think I just Tokyo drifted straight into the first corner, and I was like, oh no, but held it together and made a bit of a challenge on Matty. Then I just seen him exit stage left behind us, so I could breathe a little bit. But yeah, quite surprised with the win, but very happy.
Well, it was a gamble, but there's quite a few gambles. Obviously, the tyres, obviously with the tyre wear being on, didn't really come into play with the wet tyres, obviously, because they're in the comfort zone, aren't they, with the water, so they're not going to wear. But I think we saw some coming in early and creating a bit of wear. But Matty behind you went on inters. He did well to run on inters in that. So he was in a really good spot towards the end, with you being on wets. But then Danny stayed out an extra lap. You were on inters as well?
Yeah, I was on inters too.
Crazy. You're both nuts.
But yeah, like I said, I like it wet. So.
So I think we may have second place in the room. I'll see if I can get the top three in the room. Not sure if we'll see how. We've definitely got Team Audi in the voice chat. You didn't manage to get yourself a drink, did you, Danny? Or are you there, matey?
We're here. Got there in the end. So first things first. Well, thanks for tonight's services. Jimmy and Adam for the comms, and GG's to Matty Cake and Butler and everyone else who took part. It was just a mental race in both ends, obviously, with track limits, and then you just got to keep my nose clean, like, and keep the lines tidy for as best I can, like, a bit, because obviously, because that track is notoriously renowned to be obviously notorious, like, for track limits. So obviously that, of course, it was just not easy on pure pace to catch up with Matty. Even though I got the fastest lap of it, towards the end. So
we were surprised.
As well.
We were surprised to see you stay out an extra lap on the wets. That threw us.
Yeah, so it's either
Did you regret doing that?
Or die trying. I've no regrets. So because it's like because I was able to just push a little hard, whilst the track was a bit dry, but then the other part of the track was just a bit wet as well. So then I just to keep myself on my toes, and then although I just want to be sure that I get the certain wet weather tire, to ensure that I've got enough grip for the long run as well. Yeah. But then, as it turns out, that a couple of drivers around me that have got some intermediates on, and I'm like, yeah, they must be up for it, and also, but not only with the tyres, but the fuel is also another issue that I have to be sure that I just manage, just to calculate what was going off, and then just push when I need to. So
some good viewers, good footage from your end. I know you were streaming it live, so I'm sure the viewers were treated to an absolute spectacular display. But some valuable points for Team Audi and the manufacturers, and for you in the drivers. I will be putting and it's a good, excellent points for Legion will be rubbing his hands for the manufacturers. So I'm not sure where that is going to be very close, but I'll be doing the points. I might do them tonight, and they'll be released tomorrow. But I believe we got a few incidents that maybe I need to look at. I'm not going to go great detail now, but Adam, I'm conscious of your time, mate. You can. What a legend as usual in the comms.
Right.
Couldn't have done it without you.
It was very hectic, wasn't it? So that makes it enjoyable from our side of things. But yeah, I mean, fantastic driving from everybody, particularly in that second race because of the conditions, how hard it was to stay on the circuit and keep it going. Obviously, we did have a few incidents to be expected, but yeah, absolutely fantastic result for everybody there, staying on track, giving it some good close racing, brilliant sideways action, proper touring cars, wasn't it?
It was. Well, Adam, it's been a pleasure again, as usual. Your knowledge and your enthusiasm is just, it's through the roof, mate, and it's making this series what it is. It's we're getting comments that we're both they like us on comms. I'm a bit lost.
Well, it's not just the comments; it's the compliments we should be worried about. What are they after?
So just quickly catch up with a few of the chats here. We've got Sir Orbelator saying, Butler, you legend, 2 feature wins for Nissan, smashed it, mate. So 2 feature wins. I don't know where is. Did you?
Well, it's 2 feature wins for Nissan, is what he means.
Correct for Nissan. Yeah, we got Orbelator was good fun. Thanks for having me. Oh, that's no worries. Everyone did a great job there. We got Graphic Havard Racing. They even have interviews. This is the best thing ever. Whoa! Oh.
Well, you need to get out more, my friend. If you think this is the best thing ever, we're not that good.
Do you know what they liked?
Oh dear.
Do you know what's done it this stream?
Go on. Was it the special music at the beginning? It was
the special music when I was typing. I've been accused of being Miss Marple, and Adam couldn't resist. He's been dying to do this. I wasn't aware of it, but when he said, I've got something for you, I thought, oh, here we go.
I'm going to keep it on my sleeve for the next one now.
Beastman, GG's everyone, that was tough. Thanks, guys. Awesome stream and comms as usual. Oh, we're getting all the... TJ's in the house. Oh, that's TJC Gaming for anybody who's not discovered TJC. He runs Assetto Corsa. So if that's your bag, then head over to there. He runs some great open lobby streams, tuition streams also. So if you're not comfortable with it, he'll talk you through how to get your safety rating up. But I think, Adam, I deserve a beer, and I'm sure you deserve some sort of drink.
Well, I'm going to bed because I'm up early in the morning. But
Oh, yeah.
I'm not whether I'll sleep from all the excitement of that. I'm not 100% sure. But we ain't got
yourself
to wait
a-
long until the next one, have we? 25th of.
You normally have your cocoa,
25th
don't you?
of this month. Oh yeah, no, that's you, isn't it? Your Ovaltine at your age. Was it Ovaltine? That's what you old uns have, isn't it?
See what I have to put up with, Butler?
Exactly.
Dear me. Right, on that note, before you get any more opportunities to rip the star out of me, I am going to sign off for the evening. And just want to say thank you again to everybody who took part. Wasn't the easiest. Some tough conditions out there. But it's been an absolutely thrilling night. And
Get your votes in as well, ladies and gentlemen, for the driver of the day.
For driver of the day. We'll have a look through the replays, and it's not just about the winning, as I said earlier. It's about unexpected results. But until next week, which the same time, 7:15 in the UK, live on YouTube for round 3 of Jimmy Codger's Btcc. I will release. There'll be a trailer video coming out on YouTube very shortly, so that will give you the track information. All the information will be on Discord and on my Instagram, which is Jimmy_Codger Racing. So keep your eyes peeled there. Feel free to sub to that as well. Is that what you say? Sub or follow? Follow it, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. You're the influencer, aren't you? You're the one to subscribe.
I knew you were going to get that in. You swine. Can you edit streams? You can't, can you?
Not when they're live. That's a good thing.
Damn it. Right. On that abuse, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sign off for the evening, and thank you again, Adam. It's been great fun. And until next week, this is the Codger signing off. Take care, have a good evening, and catch you all soon. Good night.